Jungkook found infected with 28 centimeters parasite in his body. Jimin provides support to Dr. Lee Guk-jong, who almost gave up. Have you ever imagined that a famous K-pop idol, always looking fit and energetic, could be lying weak due to food poisoning? That is just the beginning of an even more shocking story coming from Jungkook, a member of BTS, who recently overcame a critical condition after 2 major surgeries. However, a bigger issue was discovered afterward. His body turned out to be inhabited by a 28 centimeters parasite, which made everything even more complicated. What really happened to Jungkook? How could such a big celebrity get entangled in such serious health problems? This story began when Jungkook, who was in the middle of his mandatory military service, found himself having to fight against a deadly toxin that entered his body through food. The news of his food poisoning immediately shook the K-pop world and BTS fans who love him dearly. However, what was even more shocking was the discovery made by the surgeon treating Jungkook, Dr. Lee Guk-jong. He revealed an almost unbelievable finding. There was a 28 centimeters parasite dwelling inside Jungkook's body, severely affecting his health. Initially, Dr. Lee and the medical team thought that Jungkook was just suffering from a regular food poisoning. However, after a series of further tests, they discovered a horrifying fact: not only toxins, but also a number of dangerous parasites. Among them was a 28 centimeters roundworm found inside Jungkook's body, even attacking his internal organs. This is the first time I've seen so many parasites. I've only seen something like this in textbooks. Dr. Lee said in a post-surgery interview that shocked everyone, and of course, this health issue was a huge shock. When the parasites were found, Dr. Lee emphasized that besides the roundworms, Jungkook's body was also filled with undigested food remnants, especially corn. This condition indicated that Jungkook's body was malnourished, which further worried fans. Despite undergoing 2 major surgeries, one of which lasted more than 3 hours, Jungkook's condition remained critical. He was still dependent on a breathing apparatus. What made it even more tragic was the fact that the parasites attacking Jungkook's body were not his only problem. Further examinations revealed something darker behind the situation: a suspected sabotage carried out by a senior soldier within the military camp. A senior soldier was reportedly found to have intentionally added suspicious substances to Jungkook's food, which led to the poisoning. It was truly shocking that such a cruel act came from a colleague who was supposed to set an example for other soldiers. This situation, of course, shocked many people, especially Jungkook's and BTS's fans. The existence of the parasites in his body served as a clue that this attack was much more complicated than just a regular food poisoning. Was someone deliberately trying to destroy Jungkook's career? What drove a senior soldier to commit such a cruel act? Speculations started to emerge, with some even suggesting there could be a larger conspiracy behind this incident. Meanwhile, Jimin, another member of BTS and Jungkook's close friend, didn't stay silent. He showed extraordinary support to Jungkook while encouraging Dr. Lee Guk-jong, who was about to give up. "Don't give up, we are with you," Jimin said with full confidence, even though the situation was tense and uncertain. Jimin's support became invaluable in facing the pressure coming from both the media and the alarming medical situation. Besides the medical issues, this case further triggered discussions about violence within South Korea's military environment. Bullying and injustice in the military camps became a major concern after the revelation of the senior soldier's attempt to poison Jungkook. This wasn't just a health issue, but a larger social problem, where a system that should protect soldiers instead became a threat from their own peers. In an interview with the media, Dr. Lee Guk-jong shared how difficult Jungkook's recovery process was. Although the food poisoning had been addressed, the healing process from the severe parasitic infection and damage to his internal organs still required a long time. Jungkook's recovery process will not be easy. The parasites and internal organ damage need intensive medical attention, Dr. Lee said, explaining the huge challenges that the idol still faced. The public began questioning further what really happened behind all of this. Was the cruel act of the senior soldier just part of the high-pressure military system, or were there external factors trying to disrupt Jungkook's personal life and career? This event opened up many speculations, ranging from possible sabotage in the entertainment industry to conspiracies within the military life, rarely talked about. After two major surgeries and intensive care, Jungkook finally managed to get out of his critical condition. However, the road to full recovery is still long and full of uncertainties. The question now is, will he return to the entertainment world and continue his brilliant career? Or are there more surprises to be revealed in the near future? The food poisoning incident that Jungkook experienced, along with the discovery of dangerous parasites and the suspected sabotage from within the military, has truly shaken the world. This event raises many unanswered questions, and we can only hope for the best for Jungkook. However, one thing is certain. This event brings valuable lessons about justice, violence in the military, and how the systems that are supposed to protect can instead become a threat to its soldiers. Is this just the beginning of a bigger conspiracy involving both the entertainment world and South Korea's military? Time will tell, as readers. We are confronted with a question that is not easy to answer. Is what happened to Jungkook really true, or is this just a tactic to attract media attention? The food poisoning case that led to the discovery of dangerous parasites in his body, along with the suspected sabotage in the military environment, it all sounds so dramatic and full of surprises. However, amidst the huge media spotlight, we must be cautious and think critically. We must reflect. Are we being shown only half the truth? Or is this a hoax deliberately created for sensational purposes? The presence of parasites in the body of a major celebrity like Jungkook is certainly not an ordinary thing. No one can doubt how dramatic this discovery is. 28 centimeters roundworms inside his body, seriously threatening his health. However, can we really trust every detail of this news without questioning its validity? In a world that is so connected and full of information like today, where media often create news to attract as much attention as possible, how much can we trust the information we receive? Don't get me wrong, this is not to doubt the serious health issues Jungkook is facing. However, we must remain cautious about the possibility of hidden agendas behind the spreading news. Is this really a legitimate incident, or just part of a scenario designed to shake the entertainment world and grab attention? As readers, we must ask ourselves, what is the true message behind this news? Is it just to report the facts, or is there another hidden message behind it? Along with the development of this case, deeper questions arise that cannot be ignored. Why did this information spread so quickly in the media, even before further investigations were made? Is this an effort to build a certain narrative that benefits certain parties? Or perhaps, in the chaos of the entertainment world, some parties are trying to exploit this situation to bring down Jungkook, or even divert attention from larger issues within the military or the entertainment industry itself. Are we really being given the full picture of what is really happening behind the scenes? The many details pointing to possible sabotage and violence within the military add another layer of complexity to this story. When a senior soldier is suspected of intentionally putting harmful substances into Jungkook's food, we are faced with further questions. Is this just an isolated incident, or is there a larger system that allowed something like this to happen? If there is indeed violence and bullying within the military environment, how can we be sure that it hasn't happened to other soldiers who are less famous? Was Jungkook just a victim by coincidence, or is there a bigger motive behind all of this? Is it possible that we are only being shown fragments of the truth, leading to a more intriguing narrative?